Welcome to Wild. I'm your host, Robin Lavasser. They say our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate. It's being powerful beyond measure. In this podcast, I will share how to break through imaginary ceilings, lean into success, discovering your purpose, and understanding how to create the business and life of your dreams. From failures to triumphs and all the tactics in between, let's jump into the wild arena together. The loan hunt. I had some fun this week. I got to coach a group of loan officers in our branch directly. One of them is a great athlete and has always been uber competitive. And she and I were having a conversation pre-coaching groups about how fun it is to compete. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a gold star girl. I have always loved recognition at the end of the day. And I think we all have a love at the end of the day for being, even if it's like, no, stop. Once people are saying things, you have a love for public recognition, verbal recognition, somebody saying, great job, thank you, wow, you're incredible at that, whatever it may be. And I definitely can speak to that. I think that's one of my love languages at the top. And then also definitely I'm competitive. It's one of the things that drives me. And I was part of a coaching program for a really long time that talked about, are you driven by pressure, praise, or competition? And I think the truth is we're often driven by all three in some way and how you respond. But some people do, they shut down. It's interesting. Todd not shuts down. He just doesn't get super enthusiastic. And, Todd's obviously my partner in the division and one of my greatest mentors, but he isn't ultra competitive. They're on the golf course, a group of guys. He's not like, I'm going to beat you. He's like, wow, you played a really good game. I'm pissed. When I lose, I'm pissed. I'm like, I need to get better. I wish I would have won. Even at a game of Yahtzee, I talk about it all the time. So I can learn and reflect on the fact that I am a competitive person and that competition helps fuel a better version of me. Now, I always say healthy competition, right? I don't want anybody to break their leg and not be able to go to work to do mortgage, and that's what helps me win, right? That's not the case. But I do want to become a better version of myself so that I can become the best. When I was a soccer player, I wanted to be all state. I didn't want to be just any all state. I wanted to be first team, right? You want to be the very best of the best if you can be. And even if you couldn't make it, if you knew you played your best game, you feel good about it, right? Because you played your best game. I don't think we have enough fun. I don't think we have enough fun in lending. I don't think we have enough fun with sales activity and the day-to-day. And one of the things that I created and kind of challenged my groups to compete in was something called the loan hunt. And I thought I would share it with you guys because I thought, when was the last time you came to work and felt a competitiveness within you that made business feel a little more fun? Maybe a little more silly, but also you couldn't stop thinking about it. You wanted to get the edge. You wanted to do a little extra to win the game. And if that's what motivates you, is to be the winner at the end of the day, you're competing against a couple other people, all in good fun, but also knowing that you'll get a better result in your business. Would that motivate you? And are you missing that from time to time? Because yes, it's incredible to compete against ourselves, become a better version of ourselves, but it's fun to have some jab, right? Some friendly competition, to know that, hey, we're working on something against each other, but also with each other. And we're going to have some fun doing it, even as grown adults. And so I thought, what can I do? What can I create for the team? And I love bingo. If anybody knows me, I love a card, and I love them calling the numbers, and I love to get closer, and I love to be like, oh, I was one away from the blackout. I love that competition, even though it's a complete fluke and there's no skill, obviously, in bingo. I also love, when I was a little girl, scavenger hunts. And there's something about them getting you in groups and, somebody gets you super pumped up, the mom or whoever's hosting it, if you've ever done a scavenger hunt, and they give you a list and you go door to door in your neighborhood and you knock on doors and you have a paper clip and you have a banana peel and whatever's going on, right? Can I get all these things in a bag? And I used to love slumber parties where you show up and you play games that are competitive. I'm not sure everybody loved always playing with me, but that's a different story for a different day. I really enjoy it. And so I thought, what can I do to have some fun, make business a little more lighthearted? Because I think often we come into work and it just feels like another day of work, another day of getting the grind done. And so how do we shake it up a bit? Well, I'm going to give you a challenge. If you want the card, if you want the challenge, Obviously, you can create it on a chat GPT or something else, but form a group of a couple people and give yourself a week long or a 2 week long or even a day-to-day scavenger hunt. Maybe every Friday is scavenger hunt day. And you play off of a card that's kind of like a bingo card or the scavenger hunt card. And you do things because you're competing with everybody else. And you've got to have either a carrot or a stick, meaning a prize or a punishment, if you will, if you are the loser or the winner, right? There's got to be something at the end of it because nobody wants to win just to win, right? Like, yes, there are bragging rights, which is a lot of fun, but let's make something sting. And so in our groups, hey, we've got a couple people that are going to, we've got, a group of 4. 3 of them are going to give $50, which means $150, and I'm going to double it, and the winner will get that money. I don't know about you. I don't like giving away money for free. Nobody else in the group does, so we're going to have some fun with it. But I do love receiving a random Venmo request because it feels like my slush fund. So there will be some joy in that. So this is friendly office competition. Let's go through the daily hunt that we created on the Rise card. And I told all the students, I said, ask me a question about this. Ask me a question about the scorecard, if you will, the scavenger hunt list that we've got. And so let me give you the example of some of the scores. 1, I just called a past client. This is a daily card sitting on your desk. And the rule is you cannot start a new card until your current card is completely full. And they have to turn in cards for us, 2 weeks from now at our next session of coaching. But you could do this more condensed daily. You could do it in a weekly. You could do it, like I said, 1 day a week. You could have a lot of fun with it. So let's go through the scavenger hunt card for a second. One of them is called a past client. How often every day do you think I'm just going to call one past client? Just one. Going to call one. But if I get to check a box on a card and that's an easy one to knock off, wouldn't I do it, right? Call a past client, do an annual review, if you will, have a check-in, put them on a rate watch, talk to them about any big changes they've had, give them a quick market update, say you were just thinking about them and what a great client it was. It doesn't have to be anything else than just picking up the phone and making the call. Texted 10 past clients. It's funny, loan officers on the call were like, what do I say? What would I say on a text? Maybe you say, we just came out with a brand new home equity line of credit. It's got phenomenal rates and massive options for home renovation, debt consolidation, and many other uses. If you have any interest in hearing more about it, shoot me a call. I was thinking about you. Maybe it's something like that. 10 texts out to past clients. Easy, easy, easy. Found a refi opportunity. Well, if you do the first 2, you'll likely get to the next box, right? You very well could find a refi opportunity in those 2 options. Add a new referral partner. It's a big one. How many weeks should we actually be adding a brand new referral partner? Well, I think that goes to, if you're not growing, you're dying. What a big win to add a referral partner every single week. And if you set your intentions on, hey, that's a box I get to check on my scavenger hunt, what a gift to add a new referral partner. And what that really means would be, I had a meeting, we really connected, and we agreed that we were going to work together. To me, that's adding a new referral partner. Record a market update. So many people afraid of video, don't want to do it. And then all of a sudden you start doing a market update and you're like, you get a couple feedbacks, great information. Thanks so much for sharing. And you're like, maybe I should do more of that. And the answer is yes, you should. So, but on a scavenger hunt, it becomes a little competitive. So you decide to put it on there. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but I'll go through a few more. Booked a coffee meeting, met a new realtor, asked for a referral, pulled credit. Definitely want to pull credit, hopefully daily on somebody, right? That's the goal. Reconnected with a client. Maybe it's a past client that never closed a loan. Maybe it's a client that has been pre-approved for a year and never done anything. And the truth is they've fallen off. You haven't really called them and you decide to be intentional by looking at the names and you make a reconnection. Received Google or Reddit reviews or a 5-star survey. That's a massive win, you guys. We should be pushing reviews in general. People go online, they see you at the top based on those reviews. I know for a fact that when I go to look at something and 5 products show up on Amazon, the first thing I do is go to reviews. That's what people do all the time these days, especially when it's at their fingertips. And the way it becomes at their fingertips is you have enough of them happening, which means you get intentional about asking. Found a HELOC. I love this one. Free space. Think of a bingo board. Free space. Do something you've been avoiding. Do something you've been avoiding. What are you avoiding right now? What's been on your list for a long time that you decide, I'm going to knock that down? And so you get the picture. We have all sorts of things on the board. And then you have to show proof. There's 5 thank you cards on here. You have to show proof. What would proof be? A picture with your cell phone, right? Of the 5 envelopes and the 5 cards that were handwritten. You could show proof by your calendar and the meeting that you had and a brief explanation. And when you show proof and your board is integrous, meaning that you didn't cheat, right? Nobody snuck something in on Uno or pretended they didn't have a card that they did or whatever was going on. You literally played fair, you were integrous, but your business would grow. And here's what's funny. First of all, I'm jabbing everybody today, right? And yesterday, who's already winning? Who's got squares knocked down? What's going on your scavenger hunt? And when you make things fun in both leadership, if you're a branch manager, a leader, a coach, and or as a loan officer, imagine creating a board like this for a bunch of your real estate agents and having some fun with them of who could win the scavenger hunt, right? And doing some prizes. There are a million ways to twist and turn business into a fun game where people can win and people, yes, have to pay up or do something if they lose. We talked about singing a song, recording an embarrassing video, washing somebody's car. There were lots of things that we could do for the loser's punishment, if you will. But if you had some fun doing it, if losing stung a little bit, but winning felt really good, wouldn't your business grow, but it also not feel just like the everyday business? And so shake it up a bit. Maybe shoot me an email and tell me that you want a copy of this card. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I've got it already made. We'll probably switch it up every couple weeks and have a new scavenger hunt that people go on. Have some fun in your business. Play a bingo, play a scavenger hunt. Find a way to keep a different type of scoreboard to go get those deals, go get those relationships, make the phone calls, and enjoy doing it. So if this was helpful for you, I hope you share it. We'll see you on the next Wild.